The Legend of the Worst Boy in the World. Chapter 3. Tinfoil. I could not wait to get down to Duncade the next weekend. I was bursting to tell Grandad what had happened to me in school. Even as it was happening, I was thinking that it would make a great story for Grandad. The only thing missing was a gorilla, or maybe a screeching monkey. Grandad would not let me start until we had started polishing the lenses. "Okay, bosun," he said then. "Let's hear it. Your face is red from trying to hold it in." "It's so embarrassing," I said, scrubbing a large circle in the dusty lens. "There's no way you're going to beat this." "We'll see, bosun, we'll see." And so I told Grandad the story of that week's problem. Nothing much happened all week, and I thought I would have nothing to tell you. Then Thursday came along. "As it often does," said Grandad. So there I was, in class, being a brilliant student, as usual. "What a nightmare," said Grandad. "No, that's not it. The embarrassing bit happened about 2 o'clock. When I had to ask our female teacher, if I could go to the bathroom." Grandad stopped polishing. "Is that it? Tell me there's more." "Yes, there's more. I went into the toilet and there was no paper. But I didn't notice this until after I had been. If you know what I mean." "Oh," said Grandad, "this could be nasty. So I had to shout to the teacher to bring some in," I said, covering my face with my hands. Everybody heard. I was super embarrassed. It was terrible. You have no idea. Look at the picture here. Oh my God. It felt good sharing my story with Grandad. Just talking about it made the memory less embarrassing. Grandad snorted. "That's nothing. You want an embarrassing toilet story? Listen to this. When I was young, we couldn't afford toilet paper. So my mother used whatever was lying around. First we used newspaper, then crisp bags, then bits of cardboard boxes. Once I even had to use tinfoil." "Tinfoil?" Grandad nodded sadly. "Yup, my bottom was magnetized for a week. Everywhere I went, compasses and drawing pins followed me. I learned to check before sitting down." "Wow," I said. "Yup," said Grandad. "Now that's an embarrassing toilet story. Are you sure you want to go on with this swapping complaints thing? Because, to be honest, I was nearly nodding off during your story. Yes, I want to keep swapping stories. I'm sure something really terrible will happen to me next week. Unfortunately, the worst thing that happened the following week was that I lost my pencil." When I told Grandad about this, he responded with a tale about having his entire school bag stolen by a badger who had mistaken it for another badger. The week after that, I was certain that I would win. The barber had slipped when he was trimming the back of my head with electric clippers and had shaved a bald strip right up to my crown. Grandad took a long look at the bald strip, then took off his flat cap and showed me where a shark had bitten him on the head. "That's a good one," I admitted, then asked if I could borrow his cap. It was no use. Whatever happened to me, something a million times worse had happened to Grandad. He just reached into the past and pulled out these brilliant stories. I had no chance. He was 70 and I was only 9, so he had a lot more memories to choose from. Anyway, nothing really terrible had ever happened to me. Nothing that could compare with a shark bite on the head, or if something had happened, it must have been when I was really young. Something that I couldn't remember. I would have to ask Dad, I decided. He would remember if something horrible had ever happened to me as a baby. Something that even Granddad couldn't top.